Hi, David Taub here, coming to you from nextlevelguitar.com, and today I'd just like to show you a little something you could use to spice your playing up and embellishing it by playing a hammer-on when you're going to a chord. I'm going to wheel in close in a minute and show you a few different chords where you can do this. It's very easy and fun, and it creates a little melody within your playing, and you want to be able to spice things up to make it more interesting for the people listening and more fun for you playing too. Bands like the Eagles do this all the time. I hear it in lots and lots of bands. Dave Matthews, all kinds of guys. So it's something that's not dated. I mean, you could do it. I mean, the classic bands do it, contemporary bands do it, alternative bands, country. It goes across multiple genres. It's kind of cool. So let's say if I was playing the C major chord, I take the first finger off. That's a C major 7. And then when I play that C major 7, I'm going to hammer with that first finger, do a hammer-on, meaning I'm going to play a note like the open B string, and then without picking, I'm going to come down very hard on the string with that first finger on that C note. And that's called a hammer-on because I'm not picking, and I get that extra note to sound, or another note to sound. And if you do that with a chord, now that might take you a little while to get that to sound good and not hit the other strings. That's what you want to get. Now if you do it with a chord, you get this. C major 7th hammer, C major. I'm hammering C major 7th to a C major. I could do it with an A minor and hammer that A suspended 2nd to the A minor. Again, I'm hammering that first finger. Could do it with tons of chords. I could do it with a D and hammer this A note on the G string. And that gives you like a D add 4 chord. You could do it with the sus2. Hear how you can do that, and if you put it together, you start getting nice little melodies. And you can do it with so many different chords, wherever you have that free finger, like even on the C. Someone like David Gilmour, Pink Floyd, they do this a lot, where he'll hammer that D string on from the open D to the E note, and you get this kind of sound. You know? Doesn't sound like much on its own, but you put it with the chord, it becomes like a D add 4. Sounds subtle, but it's very cool. Then you get a couple of them going and you get some cool stuff out. And I was just fooling around with various fingers, hammering them on. You could do like a D, hammer on that, take your first finger off and hammer that A note from the open G to that A, kind of get like a D add 4 kind of sound. Like that's in that Tom Petty song. It's almost like a pickup note, like a 1 end. Again, adds interest and possibly melody. Very cool. Let me wheel in and show you a couple of those real quick. Okay, so here I am with a nice tight shot of the camera. And what I was doing before is like take like your stock C major chord, by removing your first finger, that's now a C major 7, so hammer that. So here's that motion you want to get down. Bang! Fire it in! Just bang that finger right onto the string without picking it. And try to do it with the chord. Now the other one I was doing was this one. I was playing the open D and hammering the E note. And you get that sound. If you're playing like a C add 9 chord, sometimes you could hammer again that same note. It'll sound. Again, gives you interest in melody. Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell uses that one a lot. A minor, hammer that first finger again, and you got that, like here's an A suspended 2nd, and and then hammer that first finger to the A minor. You want to get that, again, it's one pick and that real wham, wind up and really nail it. It's going to take a little practice to get that down. Notice I'm also muting the low E string with the thumb. D, you could do like, there's that D at 4 I was showing you where you're hammering, you're playing the open G string, and then I'm coming down on it with the first finger, so it kind of like adds that G note to the 4th in the key of D, so you get this. So hit them all open. Foo Fighters do that too in that one song. Then I also on the D like hammering this sus2. So if you take off, if you're on a D chord, take off that third finger. I'm sorry, that second finger, that's a D suspended second. Hammer that. Back to D. Now get a couple of them going on. Okay, so there's just a few little things you could do to embellish your playing using hammer-ons onto chords. You can hammer on notes too, but you can also do it with chords, and I'll show you some more of that in the future. Enjoy it, make it your own, create your own music and throw that in there, and keep searching for melody. It's all about melody, man, you know. Enjoy that. Visit our website, nextlevelguitar.com, because we get into this hugely in depth. We'll bring your playing to the next level in the fastest and most efficient manner. We have lessons for beginners, intermediates, advanced, written lessons, jam tracks. Check it out. I hope you enjoy it. Take care, good people. Rock on.